Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching I Allegedly. And got a good one for you today because I have a very serious warning, but I'm at a very cool place to give it to you. And I'm at the Shelby Museum here in Las Vegas. It's been almost 2 years since I was here last. Isn't that wild? People kept saying, hey, you got to go back there. They got new cars, which is really cool. This place is just fantastic. And it's totally free to get inside of, and you can look at all the cars. But very, very serious warning for you guys. So please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And let's get right into it. My friend Mike owns a business. And Mike gets a call from his accountant. And Mike's accountant says, hey, listen, you guys didn't pay your uh, franchise taxes. And you need to pay them right away because they're going to seize your business. Now, Mike's like, what are you talking about? So he logs into the state website. And I'm not going to tell you the name of his business. I'm not going to tell you what state he's in. I'm not going to tell you anything like that. But just a really good friend. And, the concern with the accountant was this fooled the accountant. The accountant thought that his client didn't pay their taxes. So the severity of this was that, hey, they're going to come and seize your business, and you don't want that. Nobody would want that. So Mike logs online and realizes that his taxes are paid and says, well, send me over the form. Send me over the email. Well, it looked legitimate because it came from the state. They have the logos, they have everything put together to where you think it's that tax agency. And the problem with this is that people this time of the year, as we get closer to tax time, a little over a month out till taxes are basically due, and people get caught in these things all the time. And you have to verify. Now, you know, I have preached, hey, you want questions answered? Call the IRS, call your state tax board. In California, we call it the franchise tax board also. So call the franchise tax board and they will answer your questions. Now, I get people that write me and say, don't ever call them. Don't ever use a phone that you don't want them to track. Guys, they'll show up at your house. I mean, they're not, no messing around with these guys. They're not going to, if they want to get a hold of you, they're going to get a hold of you. Let me put it to you that way. So the problem with this is that everybody's freaked out to talk to these people, but then they're really leery when they get stuff like this. The problem with it is if it was small enough, people pay it. And Mike said, Dan, where they lost us was the ridiculous website. The website looked totally, he used the word chicken ass, okay? Chicken ass, okay? Not chicken fricassee, but the other S word. Anyways, the site did not look good. So with that site not looking good, it's designed so that you'll click on it and you'll pay it. I mean, it's just, are you stupid? Would you use your debit card, your credit card, and pay what you think are back taxes that are past due? A lot of people would do that. That's the problem. Don't do this. Verify. You guys, I have told everybody, I don't care if you don't have a business. You have to have a relationship with your tax preparer. And I get people that say, no, 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 I don't make enough money to have this. If you sell anything, if you do any side hustle or anything like that online, you need to be able to prepare yourself so that if you get contacted by one of these state agencies, you're not, you know, hung up. You're not paying for something that you shouldn't pay for. Know who to talk to. In your individual state, these numbers are readily available. Make sure you're dealing with the state office because you can email them. And also, here's the thing. If you are ever contacted by a tax agency, the IRS is not going to call you. They're not. They're going to send you a letter. So your state agency, if you're concerned, you think it's bogus, just go back to them and say, put it in writing and send it out immediately. Now, they'll do that day, and they'll drop it in the mail. You'll get it within a day or two. Okay? But this was scary. This was something that is designed to have people freak out and go out. These beautiful cars. Carol Shelby was a genius, man. The thing that floors me is the no bumpers. Look at that. Isn't that wild? These silver cars. probably worth $500,000 a piece. You can take a tour here. They still work on these cars. They sell some of these cars, not these that are in the private collection, but you can buy these cars. But look at that. Imagine driving that thing down the highway. So, beautiful stuff. But don't fall for this stuff. Now, one that's happening, the toll road violation, this is funny. This is happening a lot. People get these toll road violations. I got one a couple days ago and was like, oh, screw you guys. I'm not going to contact you. You guys don't know what you're doing, blah, 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 you know, delete it, delete it. Then I start getting phone calls and I'm like, wait, why do I know that number? And it's the toll agency, the local toll agency in my area. And I'm like, why would they be calling me? And then I realized, remember I canceled the credit card because of uh, the theft and crate and barrel and that nonsense. Well, yeah, that credit card was tied to that. Uh-oh. So I got to contact the toll roads and give them the proper credit card, the new one. Look at that. Not just stunning. I'll get better shots of this stuff too. Now, the other thing is people get sent out job notifications. I got one this morning. Hey, you're the perfect person. You can make all this money. You can make, $250 to $500 a day working for us. The basic salary is $1,000 per 4 days worked. Okay, that's the basic salary. Now listen, send us an SMS function to this address. Well, again, improper English is the key to all these things. And then, it was also sent to me by Kathy at doglover.com. You can see the image right here. But the point is, don't fall for this stuff. Don't ever click on these things, delete them, block them. They are a total, total scam. That is what they are. So, get you guys a better shot of these things up front. Protect yourself, guys. Tax time is here. They go on the fear of your business. They go on the fear of your personal information. And you better contact us or we're going to show up. Well, you know, come down here. Come down to my house. Do it. Don't give the information up. Don't pay something online. If you have to do something expeditiously, if you have to do something and you are put under pressure to do it right away, it's because it's a scam. Remember that. And if Mike's accountant, thank God Mike's accountant got a hold of Mike because, hey, listen, we had a little tax bill. We just took care of it before we got your account. We used your checking account and paid it. Imagine that. Okay. Mike could have been out tens of thousands of dollars. So be leery of this right now because you're going to see more scams. With AI comes the degenerates. Remember that. It's not all good. You're going to see a lot of shenanigans pulled over the course of, years. So get ready. Now, here's a great story that I got an absolute kick out of because I love the investigative hidden camera things that people do. And there's a man named Hayden Kirkpatrick who worked at State Farm. And I emphasize worked because he was on camera talking about how, these people want to live in areas that they shouldn't be living in, and, that they basically deserve to have their houses burnt down. And you can watch the whole thing, it's all over the place. But the best thing is they fired this guy, State Farm employee in charge of venture capital, talking bad about this stuff. There is a thing called a honeypot where you're a single guy and you go to a dating site and they have the hottest chick in the world, hit on you. And they do it with gay men too. And it's funny because they just start spouting off like they've never been on a date before in their life. And they talk about how cool they are. And this guy talked about how those people deserve to have their houses burnt down, basically. He's a complete idiot. So he lost his job. Now, here's another thing that's twisted in regards to this. You've got people that work for, they're government employees, and they work for, let's just say, forestry. And what they're facing right now is they're facing relatives that are like laughing, ha ha, you lost your job. Doge got you guys. All you do is sit on your A all day long, and you don't now you get caught having to go back to work. I hope you good luck finding a new job. These people are terrible that they're doing this. Now, I don't know about you, but I mean, Thanksgiving would be real different at my house if these people said this to me. So, needless to say, giving these people a hard time for losing their job. Man, I don't want to see anybody lose their job. And I think it's funny that people get humor from this. I mean, that's not, it's awful, guys. It's absolutely awful. So, speaking of losing your job, there is a store chain in Southern California. It's really nice. It's called Stater Brothers, and there's one right near my house. And I like going there because they have a butcher, and they have a real butcher that, you know, has a degree in being a butcher. And I don't know what you call that degree, but anyways, somebody will let me know. But you can ask them for the different cuts of meat, how things are prepared, the thickness of your steaks. They'll do all that stuff. Well, Stater Brothers is letting go almost 70 people right now, 70 clerks. Bye. Longer lines for you guys. That's what's terrible right now is that nobody wants to go to the. I hate going to the grocery store. I like talking to the butcher. I go at times when it's light so that I don't have to deal with crowds and things like that. But now you're going to get rid of 70 cashiers in Southern California. That's terrible, guys. This is what's awful. We hear about stuff like this, and imagine your relatives laughing at you. Are they laughing at the clerks? Ha ha! You lost your job. Maybe it's Doge that made you lose your job at Stater Brothers. It's terrible that people have this happen to them. Let me know what you think so far. I love stuff like this. Social Security Administration is doing cutbacks to their employees, and they're getting rid of all the news sites. Now, they don't want them reading news during the day on their dime. Get it on your phone, get your own account. Don't use Social Security Administration to, um, you know, read the news. Now, guys, you can sit there and go, "Oh, big deal. What's that going to cost?" It, guys, Bloomberg, $800 a year, guys, for Bloomberg. I have over 50 different news sites that I use to bring this stuff to you, plus everything you guys send me. It's expensive, guys. It's not free to do this stuff. If you get the right stuff, it's not free. So they don't want these people reading the news, which I was like, you know what? I don't know if they should be. So I wasn't really against that. Now, a couple things that were wild. Broome County Humane Society was talking about dogs and pets that are dropped off. People are so broke right now, they're dumping their pets, which is there's a place in hell for these people. When you take a rabbit, you take a dog, you take a cat, you take a squirrel, I don't care what it is, that you have the obligation to that animal for the rest of its life. And these insert profanity here people don't get it. They're just dumping stuff off. And this is bad. Now, think about this. Think about what I'm about to tell you. This has happened to me twice. When I got divorced and I had to go rent a place to make sure I could keep my kids, there was a cat, gray cat called Mozart. And I'm like, how do you know the cat's name to a lady across the street? Well, the cat used to live in your house. Really? Yeah. They just left and left Mozart here. So again, place in hell for those people for doing that. A couple times, I would sneak out. I'd take loads to the car, and you come back and you find Mozart in your living room, and it would scare the crap out of me. I mean, it would, freak out. Didn't have Rosie at the time, so it was just me. But there was one day I left, came back about 8 hours later, and the cat was inside the house. So the cat was there all day long, and I was like, oh my god, okay. But again, a place in hell for these people. The most recent place that I gave up, there was this black cat, really smart, really would listen. It would like, hey, don't leave, come in, you know what I mean? So I fed the cat a couple times, and this cat was dumped by a University of California Irvine professor, left, moved out of the house, and left the cat there. What a degenerate, educated guy, but just a piece of crap that would do that to that cat. Now, the neighbor across the way, we're going to move in about 3 months. We'll take the cat with us. Isn't that terrible, guys? So, place in hell for these people. There was a big scandal with Belanca um, dogs, where two people had the Belanca dogs. These dogs were ransomed for $1 million. Hey, give us $1 million. You can have your little dogs back. These are little furry little dogs that look like little toy miniature tiny little poodles. Somebody wanted those for $1 million. They wanted to do that. They wanted to ransom those dogs for. You know, if you want to see your dogs again, isn't that terrible, guys? So, place in hell, guys. Place in hell. Let me know what you think so far. And have I'm telling you guys, with the economy going bad and with evictions on the rise and foreclosures on the rise, you dump a dog, you should go to jail for that, as far as I'm concerned. Rosie was a rescue, and Rosie went through, you know, uh, dog obedience. She went through training so that she could, help Lisa with seizures and all this stuff. And as a service dog, she did all that stuff. And I refuse to put that stuff on her because I don't have disabilities and stuff. But could you imagine dumping a dog like that? Bye. See you later. Look at that creature. Beautiful, perfect dog. Anyways, part of the family. But people that do this, it really says a lot about people if they would do something like that. They're really despicable. Again, this place is free. Don't forget that we have a private channel called I Allegedly Live, and there's been some great content on there lately. We've talked about a lot of stuff that we can't talk about here. It's uncensored, it's fantastic. Check it out. iallegedly.tv is where you sign up for that, and I absolutely love doing it. Final story, and this goes back to why you never do this. And there was a guy, Philippe Hoyer Guggenheim, who said his family was connected to the Guggenheim family. And he had a very lavish wedding a couple years ago and stiffed the wedding planner. Kept promising her money, and stiffed her for $656,000. Hello. Who needs I mean, seriously, guys. Everybody I know lately that's their kids are getting married, what would you guys rather have? A big day or money in the bank? Getting ready for that house, getting ready for your life. Every single one of them have a nice wedding, but it's not $656,000 of stupid that they're doing. So the wedding coordinator kept doing things for free. Don't worry, you're going to get paid. Don't worry, you're going to get paid. I'm going to send you 250 grand. Now she's got to sue this guy who has no relationship to the Guggenheim family, and just that's his name, Guggenheim. Okay, so again, it's kind of funny that somebody would do this. From running events, guys, I'm telling you this right now. I would have sponsors. I would have people that were pay to play. In other words, you pay me and you get up on that stage. Oh yeah, checks come in the wire transfer. Oh, it's with my friend. Oh my God, Linda in accounting, daughter had a baby. She's going to sign the check on Monday. Well, the event's Friday, guys. Shenanigans. Never go, never do that. Get your money up front. And the wedding coordinator will learn this lesson because she's never going to do this again. So $656,000 she got beat out of. Isn't that terrible? Think about this. You got to pay for food, you got to pay for the venue, the band, everything that you do with a wedding. You guys know everything that goes involved with that. But this scumbag, I'm part of the Guggenheim family. So read the stories below. You want to get a hold of me? It's hello@iallegedly.com. Isn't this cool? You can take a tour also of this place. It's really nice. I mean, it's really, really cool to see automotive history like this. They have an area where they work on the cars back there too, and it's just a really, really fun, cool spot to come check out. Onward and upward, guys. I'll see you very soon.